All right, guys, welcome back to another Master and Apprentice video / podcast. Today we got ourselves just a little bit of a kind of a doozy video. You know what? I'll just bring it right up. So right here from the title, we can see the Mandalorian Season 3 viewership reportedly lower than Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Book of Boba Fett. So yeah, after 2 years wait, the Mandalorian returned to the small screen 2 weeks ago with its third seasons to fans' delight. The first episode was well received by fans and critics alike, but one question that had yet to be answered was how will the third season fare against the past Star Wars series and Disney Plus content in general terms of viewership? Well, that question has been answered. Typically, when a Disney Plus project has done exceptionally well, Disney will let fans and the media know. Most recently, they boasted that the Black Panther Wakanda Forever became the most watched Marvel film premiere on the service, which was based on the number of minutes watched. In the past, Disney celebrated that Obi-Wan Kenobi was the most watched premiere of any Disney Plus original series, which was also based on minutes watched. Disney most watched premiere based on unique viewers and not minutes watched is reportedly Loki. As you can tell, wording in these victory lap statements is the key. They can all appear to be outstanding success, given the demand and anticipation surrounding the return of The Mandalorian, a flagship series of Disney Plus. I expected a press release touting its success, but as of the time of writing, we have yet to receive one. It's also worth mentioning that Disney Plus has grown a tremendous amount since its launch of November 2019. Which currently touts 168 million subscribers. The last time the season of Mandalorian released, the streaming service subscriber count was sitting under 100 million. So it's not quite doubled, but it's getting close to doubled since the last season. According to Samba TV in the Wrap, the latest season of Mandalorian's premiere episode of the course of 7 days based on unique viewers and not minutes watched, viewership was 28%, lower than that of the biggest Star Wars series to date, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and fell short by a slithering 2% behind the Book of Boba Fett. As for Disney Plus as a whole, Loki remains the most watched season premiere of the streaming service, with The Mandalorian Season 3 debuting 35% lower than Marvel Studios series, which is also Marvel's most watched series ever. I'm sure some readers are disappointed it didn't break Kenobi, Fett, or Loki in the terms of numbers, but the season is still a tremendous success, becoming one of Disney Plus' most watched premieres of all time and beyond the viewership. The Mandalorian has become a staple of streaming and birthed a global phenomenon in Grogu. And that's really it. The rest of it is, talking about Grogu and its phenomenon. So pretty much, yes, it's a success in the fact that critics have loved this. It's doing great writing-wise. But in any other aspect, viewership-wise and retention-wise, that hasn't done significantly great, which is a bit of a surprise. Two things come from this. I really hope they don't take this as a negative. I hope they don't come from this and think, wow, Mandalorian has dropped off. We got to lay back, not put as much money into this, lower the budget, and put it out instead of every year, every 2 years like we just did. I hope they don't do that. I hope they realize this isn't because of that. This is a return of the last 3 shows, Boba Fett, Kenobi, Andor, all being relatively disappointing. I hope they understand this is a byproduct of that. People just aren't as hyped. And then 2, exactly that. I hope they understand this is a byproduct of those shows being a little bit underwhelming, right? Those shows started with a bang, but Andor didn't, obviously. But all, Kenobi and Boba Fett did. And I hope because the rest of the series was underwhelming, this is what you get. You get a byproduct of a show that you want to be hyped. It's just not hyped anymore because you've underdelivered quite a few times, right? Anything on any of that, Afton?
I mean, I was really hyped at the first episode of every single one of these series. I really was, and I can understand that the viewership's going a bit lower. This is I'd like to say most popular Star Wars show. Came out at least on Disney Plus. Clone Wars would probably beat it, but not all of Disney Plus that has come out when you consider just season by season. I bet you anything you look at it, it's the most overhyped one. Not overhyped, it's the most hyped one because of Grogu. And I think that what I was going to say before Sammy brought up the hype was lowering is that people just, the basic viewer just wants to see Grogu be cute. And that wasn't really the case in the end of season 2. And it was a little bit, but some people were like, well, this sucks. It's not just a 40-minute episode of Grogu being cute and playing with baby toys. Wow. And not wanting to watch it. So it doesn't appeal to that weird little viewer category there. But I do agree with you with Obi-Wan and Andor. And you look at these ones and you're like, wow, these beat records and these are really, really high. That's because Obi-Wan has been hyped up since, I think Sammy mentioned 2011 or 2013. He's been hyped up since so long ago that it doesn't matter how bad it is, the premiere is going to do amazing. It's going to be beautiful no matter what. You can put out the worst content and title it Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's going to do better than Mandalorian. I bet you Obi-Wan Kenobi did better than Mandalorian Season 2 premiere, honestly. I don't know the numbers. I don't have them in front of me, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. We'll see how the rest of the viewership and retention goes for the rest of the series. That's going to be a key factor for, budgeting and projects going forward. So hopefully, it improves, especially towards the finale. That's definitely a big, they don't look too much at the premiere. They definitely look more at the finale, right? Because people get excited for the finale by watching the show. Premiere most is interpreted by the promotion of the show. And the promotion of the show wasn't terrible, but it was a little underwhelming sometimes. But with that, let us know what you guys think about this. If this is a bad thing, a negative thing, if you think this is going to affect projects going forward, all of that. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget that like, that subscribe, all of that good jazz on podcast with a follow and download. And with that, we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace.